This is Stock Talk, a discussion of stocks in the news with the analysts of Zacks.com. American Airlines officially filed for federal bankruptcy protection on Tuesday, November the 29th, and the stock lost a large percentage of its value right after that announcement. Now, we've discussed AMR here before on Stock Talk, but we thought it would be interesting now to kind of do a follow-up with our stock strategists Tracy Reinick and Bill Wilton on American Airlines. Bill, I'm going to start with you first.
All right.
American Airlines parent AMR Corporation, no stranger to tremendous stock volatility over the years.
Yeah.
And so now is this the culmination of that volatility?
Well, definitely. I mean, here's a chart for the past 5 years. You can see that they've never even come close to recovering from, the Great Recession. We've seen a lot of companies and even the indexes bounce back to recover a significant amount of those losses. But you can see they've gone from, the low 40s and now they're well under $1. But, that's partially due to what's happened this year. But even before that, people were already steering clear of this stock, saying that they really didn't think it was going to come back. Call it economic worries, fuel costs, input, overhead, labor issues, whatever the case may be. There's just a lot of things that can hold this one down.
Yeah, and so there's also speculation on the street right now, and Tracy, you can chime in here if you want, on this one, that this stock could just go to zero, just could disintegrate on everybody.
Yeah, and here if you take a look at a little bit of a shorter term chart, here's what's happened to shares over the past year. You can see a few weeks ago when we actually talked about AMR, there was rumors about them filing for bankruptcy, which they tried to dismiss. Analysts didn't think they were going to either. So that allowed them to bounce back slightly, but they never even got back to where they were before those rumors. Then you can see that sharp drop in share price that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And now we're well under $1. People can start to trade these because they are going to see significant moves. It's not going to be surprising to see them move 15-20% in a day, but you're playing with a hot potato here.
So, Tracy, anything in the fundamentals that would have indicated this was coming?
Well, the last time we did talk about them, there were a lot of rumors in which they were denying, and they were making some changes that needed to be made. So a lot of the analysts believe they weren't going to file at least through possibly next year. They have about $4 billion in cash, so they could have, just kept going. They were in negotiations with some of their labor unions. People thought they might, get that done and out of the way. One of the dangers a lot of people felt with the bankruptcy filing was that suddenly you're going to have a lot of pilots who are near retirement age. They're going to jump ship probably pretty quickly, just because of what happens during a bankruptcy filing with like pensions and other benefits, and that you could see an actual pilot shortage. But apparently those weren't their overarching concerns, right, because they did it anyways. But it will, it will impact their labor negotiations, obviously. That was a big part of the filing, I think. And actually, this could actually help the industry overall and even American Airlines, because they were already reducing capacity ahead of this announcement, but they're going to reduce it more. And that is going to put pressure on ticket prices to go higher. The airlines will actually have some pricing power as the capacity declines. So that will help American as they come out of the bankruptcy, and it will help the rest of the airline industry because they're going to be able to charge us more to fly.
Yeah, funny how that works.
Yeah.
But as far as the whole industry is concerned, the airline group of stocks, let's say, there's already speculation running around on the street that now we're going to start seeing less volatility in those airline stocks going forward.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely going to be a lot of consolidation. We've already been seeing that in the industry. There's already rumors that American's going to merge with someone. It's possible they're probably going to spin off their subsidiary airlines that they have, like American Eagle. That was already kind of in the works. Yeah, I mean, the airlines has always been kind of, a crazy industry anyways, and all the other majors have basically gone into bankruptcy.
Right.
A lot of them have reemerged and, gotten some of their mojo back.
Right.
So it hasn't been all bad. But historically, a lot of these stocks have gone down when they declare the bankruptcy under 10 cents before they just basically shut it down. And, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with this one, but there is kind of a track record here.
Yeah,
so.
It will be interesting to see. And other airlines have, in fact, done the same thing.
Yes.
And come out stronger for it after the bankruptcy. But, Bill, is there anything anything, any little hint on those charts that tells you that might be the case at this point?
I mean, nothing really there right now. It's looking like it is just going to go straight to zero. You know, a lot of these companies that come back, you know, they have options of issuing new stock, but it looks like shares of AMR are more or less dead right now, or will be very soon.
All right, well, thanks for your input. We are definitely going to keep our eyes on this one, as we always say in a lot of these situations where there are further developments to come. With Tracy and Bill, I'm Terry Ruffalo.